Amorim arrived in Ukraine on Tuesday, May 9th, for talks with President Zelensky as part of the Brazilian government's efforts to have peace talks mediated by a group of countries not directly involved in the conflict. The former foreign minister Amorim had already met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow in April, where he said that the doors are open to negotiate an end to the war that began in February last year. The president of Brazil, Lula, condemned the territorial occupation promoted by Russia, but has also insisted on a negotiated solution to the conflict and advocated that Western countries stop supplying arms to Ukraine. This week, I met the president of Brazil's foreign policy special advisor. We discussed the possibility of conducting a Ukraine-Latin America summit. Once again, I emphasized my offer for the Brazilian president to visit our country and witness Ukrainian heroism for his own eyes, our determination to bring peace to our Ukrainian land, and all our cities and towns that are suffering from Russian terrorist attacks. Our peace formula, which Ukraine presented to the world last year, has now become even more urgent. It's the only intricate and realistic plan to bring back peace, not only to our people, but all the people of this planet that want to lead a life without aggression. Meanwhile, a Russian hypersonic missile that the Patriot defense system successfully shot down for the first time is currently being examined by Ukrainian military forensic specialists. The Kinjal, which means dagger in Russian, shot down by the Ukrainian Air Force during an attack on the capital Kyiv last week, is one of 6 next-generation weapons unveiled by President Vladimir Putin in 2018, when the Russian leader boasted that it cannot be shot down by any of the world's air defense systems. This is Octagon, a highly potent explosive. It is a good explosive, a cool one. It is used in all modern weapons. It is very powerful. The TNT equivalent would be somewhat around 240 kilograms. It can cause a powerful explosion. Thanks to the work of the air defense, the explosion never happened. We have received information that it was the so-called Kinjal, that the Russians say no weapon can shoot down. But we can see here at the Military Forensic Institute, where the experts have determined the fragments are those of the same hypersonic missile that the Russians present as a miracle weapon impossible to down. This makes us happy because we feel safer, and we thank our partners for their support, because safety is the most important thing for all Ukrainians. Ukrainian Air Force Commander Mykola Oleshuk said the Kh-47 Kinjal had been shot down on Thursday night over the region outside Kyiv. The Air Force said it had been taken down by a U.S. Patriot air defense system. The U.S. Patriot system is one of an array of sophisticated air defense units supplied by the West to help Ukraine repel a months-long Russian campaign of airstrikes that has targeted critical infrastructure, power facilities, and other sites. Hundreds of civilians have been killed in the attacks that Russia stepped up in October, ahead of winter. The strikes failed to cripple the power grid, but caused sweeping power cuts and other outages. Russia denies targeting civilians. The air-launched ballistic missile, which can reach speeds of up to 12,350 kilometers per hour, is capable of carrying nuclear or conventional warheads. It has a reported range of 1,500 to 2,000 kilometers. U.S. Patriot missiles were only delivered to Ukraine last month, officials said.